Welcome, students. Today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. This is Ms. Phillips joining you for your writing workshop lesson for the day. The materials you will need for this lesson are your pencil, your writing journal, and a copy of your draft. This could be the plan or the draft that you have. These are your notes and your writer's notebook, page 5.4, or the graphic organizer that you chose. Any copy of your draft will do. Just choose the most recent copy of your draft. If you don't have these materials, go ahead and pause the video to collect them, then come back and press play. Okay, welcome back. Now that you have all of your supplies, let's go over your objectives for today. I will explain the appropriate tone for persuasive writing. We will recognize tone, rhythm, and mood within a mentor text. You will continue drafting using a mentor text for tone, rhythm, and mood. Writers, you have been planning and drafting your persuasive editorials. You've been researching ideas based on your thesis statement. We previously reviewed a mentor text and analyzed the issue, author's position, as well as how the author supports this position so that you could have a better understanding of how you would support your thesis. You as writers have been using this information to draft your own editorial. Today we will be talking about how to get the sound of some mentors in your head. What kind of piece are we drafting? Well, we're drafting an editorial. You've picked an issue related to the environment that you feel strongly about and are attempting to persuade your audience to change their thinking. Whenever you read your mentor text, you want to read it a couple of times. Listen to the sound, the tone, cadence, and rhythm of your text. This will help you to draft your own piece, keeping the sound and feel of your mentor's writing in mind. In addition to genre, you want to think about the sound and tone of your writing. You as writers want to be specific and to the point. You want to be convincing with your tone and word choice, since this is a persuasive writing piece. The tone can reflect your feeling about what you're writing about. It can be serious, thoughtful, joyful, sad, any of those, depending on your word choice. The mood is the feeling invoked in the reader. How will your writing make the reader feel whenever they read your text? And your rhythm refers to how your writing flows. An example, longer sentences expressed correctly can make your writing sound smoother, as opposed to short sentences. Shorter sentences can make your writing sound choppier. You'll want to keep these all in mind as you draft any piece of writing. Let's take a look at our mentor text again. We previously read What About Water Bottles by Stella Grice. I'm going to show you some spots that model tone within this writing. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm showing you. For example, in paragraph 3, the writer states, "These are silly reasons." Her word choice, using the word silly, shows how she is feeling and sets the tone for how she feels about her oppositional ideas. She's explaining that sports players, can easily grab a bottle of water in order to use water during a game. It states that they like the taste of bottled water, and used bottles can be recycled, and just one bottle won't make a difference. And then she says, "These are silly reasons. It's easy to grab a pre-filled bottle, but how much time does it take to fill a reusable bottle?" So whenever she states these are silly reasons, the writer is showing you how she feels about the topic and how she feels about the oppositional opinion. Another example would be whenever the author wrote, most people cannot taste any difference. Only one person said she could tell, but she incorrectly said that tap water is bottled water because it tasted better. This is a longer sentence, but the author is using this sentence to allow for the flow and the mood of the writing and also the rhythm. The author was stating that they did an experiment with how water tastes and that they chilled both kinds of water overnight and then gave 10 friends drinks to see if they could tell the difference. Most people couldn't tell the difference between the bottled water or the tap water. And then one person said that the tap water was bottled water because it quote unquote tasted better. The author is trying to use rhythm and let you know his thinking on or her thinking on the topic. Another example would be we all must do whatever we can to use resources wisely. The author is setting the tone and the mood. The author is serious about the statement. We all must do whatever we can to use resources wisely. The author wants you to know that, wants the reader to know that they're very serious about their statements and their ideas. Another statement is please ask your team to make a rule to use reusable bottles. The writer of this particular piece used this statement to plead with the reader and reason with the reader. The tone is polite yet serious. For a persuasive essay, or a persuasive editorial, you want to be polite but serious. Keep your tone and your mood stable so that your reader can be convinced of your argument. While you're continuing to draft your editorial today, you need to keep in mind the tone, rhythm, and mood you're using. Use your mentor text as an exemplar for how you may choose to write to create the same type of tone in your persuasive piece. You're going to use these examples here as well as others you might find in order to do that. Now it's your turn. Continue drafting and developing your editorial using the strategies reviewed today. Pay close attention to what tone and mood you want to set throughout your writing. Use the mentor text linked within the framework and Google Classroom to help you for examples of tone. Whenever you're finished, you will upload a copy to your teacher through Google Classroom.